intro part, like introduction. I'm going to talk a little about me. Then I hope that your students also will tell me about themselves. So it will be great to know. Then we are going to talk about learning approaches. Then I will share some kind of technique, how you can learn in a better way. And then we will do some kind of cultural exchange, because I think as you are excited to know about my country, I am also very excited to hear about your country. And then at the end, we'll do some kind of grammar part. And then we'll summarize this session. I think now I can go and a little talk about me, if you don't mind. So who am I? First of all, I want to say that I'm an ordinary person who loves traveling. And so far, I have been to many countries. I discovered different cultures, but I haven't been to India. So it's a gap I promise that I will do in near future. So I promise it. And besides that, from a professional side, I'm a lecturer at the university. I'm a high school teacher. I'm teaching students like you and in my local community. And also I'm a coach who likes to share her experience with other educators, with other teachers. I don't know, do you know about Menti.com? I just advise you that you will go to www.menti.com and please just enter this code that you can see on your screen, because there you will have a question. And I want to know about you, dear students. What do you want to be in future? Because I'm sure that you have something in your mind, what you want to become. And I want to know about you a little. So I will just stop sharing this part and I will share the Menti presentation, and you can see the code again. One moment. Just let me share another screen. Here we go. Please, just on Google Chrome or on any other browser that you use, just enter www.menti.com and enter the code that you can see on your screen.
Students, are you all following the instructions?
And then maybe you can enter the code. I will wait for several seconds. I hope that I don't speak fast. Yes, it's okay. Okay, and okay. I think that the pronunciation is different for you. I understand. Maybe for your students, it's much more awkward.
Most of my students that are present here are so habituated to listen to the foreign accent, because they have participated in many more sessions like this before.
Oh, nice to hear about that. Okay, let's see other participants. No, not yet. I want to ask, maybe students have problems? No, okay, software engineer. Okay, yeah, I have also students who want to become software engineer. Yeah, it's a IT specialist. This is the 21st century's top jobs that we can find. I know English teacher, I think it's the answer is from a girl. I don't know why, but software engineer is a boy. I think it's like a student who answer is a boy. Okay, I will just again show you the code. A little, let's wait. Maybe it's new for you. And then we can go for it.
Students, try to follow the instructions. It's not that much complicated thing. You can do it very easily. And just go to the yes, yeah. Yeah, you can see on the screen. You can see on the screen www. Yeah, bank manager is there.
Yeah, we found a bank manager. So there is a student who likes to deal with money. Cool. Okay, let's see. Only we have like here three answers. It's okay. It's new for you. I understand. But later, maybe you will introduce yourself and a little talk about your interests. But anyway, I think it's a very good app. In future, you can also use in your class, mentimatter.com, which you have to register and use like this, and you can see the answers. Okay, thank you very much for participating, and for not participating, it doesn't matter for me. The most important thing that you have seen it. It's like some kind of result we have. Okay, guys, now let me just share my presentation. We will continue. Here we go. Okay, now we are going to talk about another thing. I want that you will just, let's see, who is the brave student who wants to activate his or her microphone and talk. Do you like reading? But please don't tell a lie. If you don't like, just tell that you don't like. We will understand you. Yes, Harry, you will not judge your students if they tell the truth. Okay, so who is the brave student who wants to answer? Do you like reading? And if you like, what do you like to read? If you don't like, why?
Yes, I would like to start with Jagadish. Jagadish, try to answer to this question.
Yes, ma'am. I like reading. I read storybooks and cartoon books.
Okay, so your name is Jagadish or Jagadish?
Yes.
Yes, it would be nice to see your beautiful face too, Jagadish, because, okay, great. Now I can see you, your beautiful face. It is nice to hear about that you like cartoon. So do you like reading in English or in your mother tongue? How do you like to read?
I like English. English, ma'am. I like to read English.
In English, okay. And do you use library or just you read online or you buy books? How do you read?
I read online and I watch cartoons in English.
Cool, nice to hear. Okay, other brave student who wants to share his or her experience?
Next, Lohita, over to you.
Yes, ma'am. I like reading. I like reading storybooks, ma'am.
In English? Again, you are reading in English?
No, ma'am. Storybooks, ma'am.
Yeah, but what language do you read?
English, ma'am.
English. Okay, cool. Nice to hear. So everybody likes to read English, but I think, Harry, it's because of you again. The teacher has a great influence on students. That's why they like to read in English. Everything in English, yes?
Probably the reason.
Mhm.
Sahiti, can you answer to this question? Nagalakshmi?
Yes, sir. Sir.
So, do you like reading?
Yes, sir. I like reading.
So what kind of books do you read?
I read storybooks and
So where do you read? Do you read on your own, you Googling your smartphone, or do you visit the libraries, nearby library?
I read books in Google, sir.
Okay.
I see. Okay, so it's like that. My students are the same as you are, guys. So it means they also like reading, and it's like something new for me because in this technological age, it's very difficult to make interest to make them reading, yes, something. So I'm very happy to hear that you like reading, and especially in English, because it means that you are improving your English language skills. So I want to share about, as you said that most of you that who is reading like to read online. I'm going to share about the platform which that you can use free of charge. There is no money. You shouldn't spend any kind of money. I will share now another one moment. Let me share this website. It's an online platform. Now, when it will let me share, you can see my screen. Here, this link I'm going to provide via chat, and you can copy it and save it. On this platform, you just have to register with your mail and create a password. And you have to remember that password, of course. Then when you, so for example, I have just entered with my account. As you can see, I can log out and log in. Here, you can use the levels. What level do you want to read? For example, let's just click B1 plus intermediate, for example, B1. And you can see here a lot of varieties of books that you can choose. Besides that, that you have here some kind of choices, there are genres. For example, if you like different kinds of genres, I don't know, adventure, comedy, classics, you can choose again. And for example, let's take as every teenager, for example, love story. No love story. I'm not going to take adventure. I'm going to take adventure. Okay, so as every teenager loves reading about adventure books, so here you can find different kinds of books. And if you click, for example, Amazon Rally, let's just click this one. Yes, I want to explain how it works. Just you can see the book, and if you a little scroll down, there is a version read online, and you click it, and that's it. You can just start reading online, and it's an amazing way to use this platform. So as I said, it's free of charge. Just you have to register and start exploring this platform. Do you have any questions?
Listening.
And what do you listen? Shruti, if I'm mistaken, sorry, do I pronounce right? Shruti?
Yes, it's right, Shruti.
Shruti. Okay, Shruti. So what do you listen? Podcasts or just it's about lessons that you study at school, subjects that you study at school? What do you listen?
So what
Subjects are studying.
Subjects.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Okay. Other opinions? I think your students are shy. They don't want to talk to me.
No, they are not shy actually. They are able to express their views very boldly. So Bhagyasri, do you have any answer for this question? How do you learn the best? So through reading or through listening, or do you have any answer to this question, Bhagyasri? How do you learn best?
Listening and speaking, sir.
As I see, your students like reading, but they don't like read, for example, materials or text. They like to listen and speak. Oh, great to know about that. If we don't have any other opinion, I can go ahead and I will just share a little secret.
Yeah,
that this secret you can. What, dear? What, Harry? Oh, we don't listen. Huh?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to share a little secret that people generally how they learn best. You can take it or just you can just accept or reject how you want. So this is the learning pyramid that we have. And this learning pyramid introduced by American linguist and writer like Edgar Dale. And he introduced this pyramid, and he explained that people learn on the following way. If you just listen to the lecture that the teacher is talking, teacher is explaining something, after that session, you will remember only 5% of the information. Now, do you agree or disagree? If you agree, just you can put a sticker, just like a thumbs up. If you disagree, just you put an emoji, that because there are stickers that you can, okay, like I see that there are students. So you agree. So lectures are boring, guys. Yeah, sure, definitely. I share your opinions, dear. Lecture is boring. So Hari, no lecture. You shouldn't provide them any kind of lecture because they will remember only 5%. Okay, when you read something, it can be book, it can be an article, it can be any kind of piece of writing. You will remember after reading, if some days will pass, only 10%. So then it comes out the visual part. For example, if you see something, any kind of interesting video or content that it interests you, you will remember only 20%. Then, for example, when the teacher explains something and demonstrates a presentation, after that, of course, you will remember more, 30% of the information. And then it comes like a discussion. If you discuss something with your friends, with your neighbors, but not gossiping, because gossiping is not discussion. I think gossiping, your students know what it is, gossip. It means talk behind someone. So gossiping is not discussion, but if you discuss the material of that subject with your friends, with your classmates, you will remember more than 50%. Then comes practice doing, when you will learn something, and besides that, you will practice. For example, at the laboratories, or when you visit a museum and you can experience something, it means practice by doing, you will remember 75%. The best way to learn anything and remember is teach others. So if you have a little brother or sister, just take him or her and say, I'm going to teach you, listen to me. And after that, of course, you are going to remember a lot. Do you agree that if you teach others, you will remember like 90% what you have learned? Just thumbs up if you agree.
Yeah, students, please respond. I think recently you have made the videos. So yeah, regarding the habitual actions, do you know that?
Yeah.
So do you agree with the last one? Teach others.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Right. I will try to introduce something that you will remember something about Armenia. Then you, of course, you will tell about your local community, about your city, and about your country. First of all, I want to say 3 interesting facts about Armenia that introduces about Armenia. Here we go.
Why is Armenia the best place for the VION leadership meeting? The geographical location of Armenia on the cusp of Eastern and Western civilizations makes it easily accessible for everyone. Obtaining an Armenian visa is a quick and hassle-free procedure, while for a number of countries it's not required whatsoever. Due to its subtropical climate, one can enjoy sunshine in all seasons, which makes Armenia an all-year-round touristic destination, with majestic landscapes of snowy mountains, freshwater lakes, and sunny valleys. The abundance of spacious, sophisticated hotel complexes and high-profile, well-equipped facilities makes Armenia a great venue for world-class meetings. The rapid development of the IT sphere, as well as the advancement of industrial science, is based on centuries-old wisdom and experience. The country which adopted Christianity in 301 AD, had an alphabet in 405 AD, and its present capital, established 2,798 years ago, can now rightfully be ranked as a modern center of innovations and technological progress. Armenian national cuisine is an indispensable part of Armenian culture, with the well-known Armenian bread lavash being included in the UNESCO World Heritage List. Another temptation that tourists cannot resist is the abundance of fresh, organic, and sun-kissed fruits and vegetables. A wide spectrum of various sorts of wine, along with acclaimed, sought-after, and world-famous Armenian brandy, which dates back to 1887, makes the pleasure complete. Armenia teases the palate, but it also dazzles with modern touristic attractions. Apart from ancient monuments, it can take the visitor's breath away with its unique technological constructions. The 5.7-kilometer aerial tram Wings of Tatev, which is included in the Guinness Book of Records as the world's longest ropeway, is an architectural masterpiece, opening a view on the 4th century Tatev monastery. Ultimately, Armenia is a land where the old and the new live in genuine harmony. The country that holds folk songs in its heart does not restrain itself to national music, but also offers multi-genre performances in world-class music halls, concert centers, and jazz clubs, where one can enjoy the stunning phenomenon of Armenian ethno-jazz. The gentle climate makes the autumn the best time for open-air concerts and shows. There's always an option, even for the most demanding audience. The multifaceted, multicultural, sunny, and hospitable Armenia is thus a place where you can combine business with pleasure. Welcome to Armenia.
Wow, great.
Talk about some kind of interesting fact, which I don't know why, but my students, they confused. And after this explanation, they don't confuse. I want to see example for bus and for car. What preposition will you use for bus and what preposition will you use for car? Who is the bravest one? Who wants to answer?
So students, can any one of you answer the preposition that we use for bus and for car? Do we say on bus or in bus or on car or in car? So there are two options actually I have given. So it's up to you. You can frame a sentence using these two vehicles.
Mm-hmm. So how do we use on bus or in bus?
So it's a bit tricky. Yes, it's a bit
in bus.
It's
in bus. You say okay. On car or in car?
In car.
On car. In car. Okay, I see. Okay, guys. Let's see. Let's check. We say on bus and we say in car. On a bus, in a car. Now, I will explain how. For example, if you are on a vehicle and you can stand from head to feet, stand. For example, airplane. Can you stand on airplane? Can you stand there when airplane is going? Can you stand? Can you move? Can you put your baggage there?
No.
On the airplane, we don't stand. We crawl. We swim. What we do on the airplane? We stand. We stand from head to feet. We can stand on the airplane. Now I can.
So Lohita, we can stand.
When we are using like a plane, one moment. Yeah, plane. On the plane, we can stand. That's why we use on. For example, taxi. When you are taking a taxi, can you stand in a taxi?
No.
Nope.
No.
If you can't stand, it's in taxi, in car, yeah? But on a plane, on bus, because you can stand there. On the vehicles that you can stand, it's on. On the vehicles that you can't stand, it's in. Okay, I think that you get it. I will share one moment this presentation. I will do like this. One moment, dears. Let me share. So, who can tell me It's on a car or in a car?
In a car.
In a car. Yes, because great, because in a car we cannot stand. Of course, some teenagers like to stand in the car, but it's dangerous. We cannot stand. Okay, ship. Can we stand on a ship or in a ship?
On a ship.
On a ship. Hey, because yes, because on the ship we can stand. That's why it's on. Cool. Let's go next. Bus. It's on or in again?
On a bus.
On. Yes. Yes, because there you can stand. Truck. It's on or in?
On.
Look, truck.
On your truck.
It's like a car that the driver sits and cannot stand there. That's why it's in. In the truck, we cannot stand. Airplane, it's on or in?
On.
On.
We can stand. Taxi, it's on or in?
In.
Because we cannot stand there. One moment. Yeah. Oh my God, it doesn't want to. Okay, I will just. It doesn't want to. Anyway, yes, it's in. And train, it's on or in?
On.
Yes, yes, it's right. Because on a train, again, we can stand. I think now you can understand the difference between vehicles. And I think you will not confuse. Where you can stand, it's on. Where you can stand, it's in. Okay, we get it. Nice to hear about that. Now let's go another thing.
Perfect explanation. Perfect explanation. I think they all understood well by your presentation.
Thank you. Now we can go ahead. One moment, guys. I will. Okay, one moment. Prepositions of time and place. I am sure that every time, for example, you can confuse Monday, on Monday, in Monday, hours, at. So what time we have to use at, in, or Christmas or Easter, or I don't know, any occasion that we use it on and it, and sometimes we confuse and we don't understand what should we use there, what preposition should we use there. There is another interesting trick to know. Now I want to present a triangle. It's a very good triangle. Even you can take a screenshot of this triangle and how it works. For example, for big things, for general, for big things, we use in. It's about the same time and it's about the same place. For example, we say in India, or we say in our neighborhood, or we say in England, or we say in France, in Armenia, because it's general, it's big, yes, it's about place. What about time again? For example, with years, because year is a big period. For example, we say in 2022, or we say in 1988. It's about the year period, or in July, in May, with months we use in. Then comes smaller, more specific things. In this case, we use on. For example, with streets, we have a lot of streets and the name of streets. With the name of street, we use on. We say on, for example, Manhattan Street or Oxford Street. Or on the corner. With avenues also we use on because it's like a specific place. With days we use on. For example, we say on Monday, on Tuesday, on 7th of July, on 7th of May. It doesn't matter. If we have a day, we have to use on. For example, birthday. Of course, again, we have to use on because there is a day. So wherever you can see day, automatically you have to remember that it is on. And the last thing is very specific, at. For example, with time, because now it's 50 past 7 in my time. Anyway, in your time it's different. So we say at 7 p.m., at 6 a.m., at 9:30. Yes, we use at. And the difference between streets, if we use name and name of the street, we say on. But if we have number, then name of the street, in this case, we say at, because it's very specific, okay? If it is very specific, we have to use at 734 Oxford Street. But if we don't use number, we just say Oxford Street on Oxford Street. So this is the triangle that you have to visualize and remember, from bigger to more specific. In, on, at. In, bigger, for bigger events, on, for more specific events or time, and at is very specific. Okay, so now we can do another activity based on this, especially for prepositions of time. Let me just share my, okay, I'm going to share this screen. Here we go. So what do you prefer to do? The evening. What preposition do we use with the evening?
Students try to respond.
On.
In the evening.
In the evening.
In the evening, great. I want to share my whiteboard. One moment. I will clear all these drawings and type this. So we say in the morning, in the afternoon, then in the evening, but we say at night. This we have to memorize. We have to remember, okay? In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night. Okay, I will stop sharing this part and share the exercise. Let me share. Okay, my little brother was born July 27th. So it's at, in, on. You have day. On. Yes, because we have day. If we didn't have day and if we have only month, in this case we can say in. But if we have day, we have to put on. Let's go next. Please wait for me a little. I will count 20 minutes. It means after 20 minutes. It's not about time. It's about like after some period. In 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, because it's not about time. We don't say at 1:30, at 22:06. It's about after 20 minutes. It's about the period. That's why we have to use in. Okay, Chloe loves giving presents, Christmas. So it's an event. It's at, in, on. Christmas is a specific holiday. So it's a, if it is specific, it's at. Okay. If we have here Christmas Day, in this case, we can say on Christmas Day, but we don't have day. We have only Christmas. That's why we have to use at, because it's very specific. Okay, let's go next. Is it hard for you to get up Monday morning? Monday. Yes, because we have day. Yes, because we have day on Monday morning. Let's go next. Days are shorter, winter. Here we have season. It's a long period. It's a bigger period. Winter. In winter, yes. Excellent. Don't go anywhere. Dad will pick you up. Look here, we have a time. At, because it's time. If it's time, we use at. James will be 30 years old, 2025. In, yes. We play tennis Tuesdays. On. Excellent. They usually make a huge party. Matthew's birthday. On. Great. I love the color of the sky. Sunset. At sunset. Many people feel depressed. November. On November. It's only month. It's a month. With months, what preposition do we use? July, November, September. In. Yes. Hurry. The lesson starts an hour. After an hour. After, in an hour. If we after some period, we say in an hour. Why weren't you sleeping midnight? Night, we have midnight. At night. And the last one, I'm going to visit my parents New Year Day.
On.
Day. Yeah, like just check answers. Here you can see all are green. Well done. You did a great job, guys. I'm proud of you.
I am studying class. My hobbies are reading books and games. My long-term goal is to become an English teacher. Can I ask one question, ma'am?
Yeah, definitely. Please, future teacher, ask
Please
me.
list out could you please list out the subjects that your students learn at school?
Definitely. As I said, I am teaching at high school. So my students are from 15 to 17 years old. And now they study deeply physics, mathematics, chemistry, English, Russian, because we have here like besides our mother tongue, Armenian, because we have our local language, mother tongue, Armenian, we speak. By the way, I want to just introduce some kind of word that you will remember. In Armenia, if we want to say hello, we say barev, barev. Okay, and it comes from a word like arev, because arev, it means sun. Sun, barev, it means I'm just greeting you with sun, okay? So in Armenian, barev is hello.
Barev, hello. So students,
Okay.
say after that. Barev. All of you say
Barev.
Barev.
Bare.
Yeah, barev. Yes,
Barev.
barev. And we study different subjects as you studied here. So as I said, we don't have extraordinary subjects, just they study to apply to the university, because this year they are going to enter the university. So that's why they have to study the subjects like chemistry, physics, mathematics, English, Russian, Armenian. So all in all, what subjects you study, we also study, because I think in the world, it's the same structure that we have.
Next, Shruti, do you have
Thank you, ma'am.
question? Shruti, do you have any question? Or does anyone have any question?
Sir, can I? Sir, can
Yes,
I?
please.
You ask your question.
Hi, ma'am. My name is Setia. I'm studying 6th grade. My hobbies are reading books and playing games. My life ambition is to become a software engineer. Can I ask you a question, ma'am?
Yeah, definitely.
How is English language different from other languages?
English or
Yes.
my language?
Oh, she is asking English.
English. Oh my God. You know, English is not so difficult if you just understand the structure, how to use it. But if we compare, of course, there are some more much easier languages that we can learn. For example, Spanish. If we take Spanish or Italian, they are easier languages to learn than English. But if you know English, then you can learn different languages easier. So I think you have some kind of advantages, Tadivia, that you know English, and now if you want to learn other languages, you have advantage, because in other languages they have the same like a concept, the Latin words, the structures. Just if you know the structures, it will be for you easier to learn other languages.
Thank you. We have a last question coming up. Lohita, ask your
Sir,
question.
can I? Okay, sir. Hello, ma'am. My name is Lohita Girija. I am in 8th grade. I am 13 years old. My hobbies are reading books, playing games, watching TV, and dancing. Can I ask one question, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm listening.
What is Armenian culture known for?
What is Armenian culture known for? We have, yeah, architecture. We have ancient architecture, especially churches from different centuries. And once you will follow the links that I have sent you and you explore more, you will see that we have like spectacular architecture. And one day, if you visit Armenia, I'm sure that you will enjoy the views, especially these churches which are located in nature. And just you think how people could construct these churches like in 2nd century or in the 1st century, when there was no machine and people used their body hands in order to construct these churches in the nature or on the mountain or on the hill. It's spectacular. So I can say that one of the particular parts of our cultures is our architecture, and especially churches.
Thank you, ma'am.
So one
You're
last,
welcome.
I think, Ishwar, do you have any question or shall we wrap up?
I have one question. Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
My name is Ishwar. I'm studying 8th grade. My hobbies are reading books, playing games. Can I ask you one question, ma'am?
Definitely, I'm listening.
What traditions do Armenians have?
Could you repeat the first part? I just didn't listen. Could you repeat, please, Ashwar? Could you repeat your question?
What traditions do Armenians have?
Okay, what traditions? Okay, I can share one of the traditions that we do. For example, we have this kind of tradition. It calls Tarandas, and we jump on the fire, and in order, especially the couples, they jump on the fire in order to start a new life, and they just give sweets during that time, during that festival. Another thing that we have that it's very typical for us, it's in summer, we have a festival, Vartavar. We throw water toward each other, and it doesn't matter. There can be strangers. If you are outside that day, you are going to be in wet because they are going to water you, because it calls Vartafar, and everybody water each other for waters. So I think one day in summer, if you visit Armenia, you will enjoy that festival because everybody likes water, especially in summer.
So it looks like we have also one festival. It's called Holi. On the day we just
colors,
water colors on each other. It looks like the same.
We throw water, and we call as I said, Vartavar. Yes, it's the same. By the way, I want to say that one thing. In Indian, I know that you have Jan. Yes, you have Jan. The word Jan. In Armenia also we have, and I know only the difference is that we use in different way. For example, Jan, you say only to your family members, yes, that it's very close person. In Armenia, we use Jan with every name. For example, we say Harijan, Eshwarjan, Varunjan, we use with every name. So because you will hear everything, like every time you will hear name, and then we say Jan. Jan is like an inseparable part of our names.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, and we really enjoyed this session, and we look forward to have you one more time, and where we are going to present about our country's tradition and culture and everything.